Think for a moment. Do we really know where our food comes from? The real source of its beginning. What we put on our table to feed and nourish our families. All of this was brought to mind at the 3rd Annual National Ag Science Center's Farm to Table event hosted by Stanislaus Farm Supply at their Ag Research Farm in Ceres, California.
3 years ago, we started something called the Farm to Table Dinner, where we actually bring adults to a dinner and we bring the growers. So we actually have the growers come and talk about the food they grow so that our dinner guests, and there's about 200 coming tonight, will understand the passion that the growers have and also understand that making wine isn't just picking the grapes and crushing the grapes, but it's a year-long adventure for these growers. And by adventure, I mean they have to deal with everything from the government regulations to Mother Nature. And the general public needs to understand that.
Generations ago, or where people were actually more involved with food production and they actually saw the production of the food in their own backyards or their own farms, they knew and had a relationship with their food. And today that relationship has been somewhat broken, mainly because of the efficiencies that we have in agriculture today and the infrastructure that we rely upon. We're a beast in the world as far as what we produce, and the cost of food is relatively cheap because of that.
The event, successful and informative, brought together the community with our farmers for a celebration of locally produced food and a chance to learn about their food and where it comes from.
A lot of the fresh vegetable side of the produce is going to come actually off of my boss's farm. It's Four Seasons Farm. She, Ann Ensley, is the owner of both Greens on 10th and Green Stable, our 2 locations. And a lot of the vegetables come off of her farm. Like I said, they're organic.
All the grapes that went into the wines that are going to be served with dinner came from the Central Valley, as far south as Madeira and as far north as Lodi, but they're all Central Valley grapes.
All proceeds from the Farm to Table Dinner goes to help and sustain Ag in Motion, a mobile classroom created by the National Ag Science Center based in Modesto that provides 20 laboratory stations where students can learn about seeds, insects, DNA, and other topics. So, do we really know where our food comes from? The real source of its beginning? What we put on our table to feed and nourish our families? Thanks to the Ag Science Center's Farm to Table event hosted by Stanislaus Farm Supply, more people are being educated about the quality, nutritional value, and source of their food.
It's really important that people understand where their food comes from and understand that the Central Valley is really the breadbasket for the world.